My name's Yan Wong. I'm one of the presenters on a TV show called Bang Goes the Theory, and we're here at one of the road shows that we do up and down the country. It's in Edinburgh, and this time we've got a brand new thing to do, which is a real live scientific experiment into dance, and that's Dr. Yan's dance lab that you see behind me. We're recording people dancing and turning them into these sort of anonymous dancing avatars in order to see how other people judge their dancing abilities, which I think most people are quite interested by. When people are dancing, you look at all sorts of things, what clothes they're wearing, what their facial expression is, whether you think they look attractive and all that sort of stuff. And that's really sort of quite confusing if you want to work out exactly what it is in the dance itself that people are picking up. And so what we want to do is extract those movements and find out exactly what it is that people are sort of picking up when they watch other people dancing.
When the TV company came to us asking, how can this be done? How can hundreds, maybe thousands of people be captured during the course of a day? In the end, it came down to one system that could really do the job, and that is a system called Organic Motion.
The technology has got to a stage now where you don't need to wear special suits with spots on and things to be able to record this motion. You can just do it with people wearing normal everyday clothes.
With our system, people just walk into the space, put their arms out, and we've immediately started tracking them. The fact that you don't need any markers allows us to really quickly capture really crisp biomechanical data for each person.
And that's why I think this is a really good time to start doing this sort of study, because we can collect the data very easily. We can collect lots of people. We don't have to dress them up in special suits or anything. They just go in, do their dance, and then later on we can present that to people and say, what do you think this dance is like really?
Those red lights are actually shining out onto the white material you see on the background, making the background really, really bright relative to the subject in the foreground. So each camera gets a very crisp silhouette, and those silhouettes are converged to create a 3D model of the person that is used by our system to extrapolate bone data.
It's determining where your bones are and determining what the rotation of those bones would be. As you move about, this bone rotation is sent to a software called Motion Builder.
And Motion Builder does something called retargeting, where it takes that arbitrary bone data and transfers it to any other skeleton.
So once your limbs are acquired, they're used to drive the rotations of a skeleton, and the rotations of the skeleton are used to drive the 3D character. In this case, it's just a generic mannequin, so we can do a controlled experiment, but it could even be complex characters that you might see in films.
Most of the times our system is kind of in a very pristine sort of environment with animators and actors, and so to have just anyone walking off the street, it allows us to kind of see how the system behaves, and so far it's working really well.
The whole idea of public events like this is something that we're really excited about at Ignition. We have the technology to do this, and it's great to take it out into the wider public and get their reaction. And the reaction so far to these things has been just great.
The technology was absolutely amazing. I mean, I was moving pretty quickly, or I like to think I was, and it was picking up all my movements and displaying them on screen real time, which was amazing.
It was a very positive experience. It was lots of fun, and I did enjoy doing it, even though I'm a terrible dancer.
It was quite good actually. I could have got into it a bit more if I was there for a bit longer. It's quite good fun.
It was very impressive. It was really interesting to sort of watch what the projection was doing instead of thinking about what I was doing.
It was brilliant. I was a wee bit anxious before, but once the music started, relived my childhood really.
It's definitely a good thing to get people involved, people who are just sort of going about their day. They can sort of see something quite interesting, especially for the little kids, like they all look quite excited.
I think it's really good to get the public involved, because I think a lot of people like doing things like this and like to be involved in things like this, and then get more interested in the results if they've actually had a part in it as well.
It's really good that we're able to do this sort of thing with members of the public, because the actual science requires us to have a large variety of people from all sorts of different backgrounds, so we're sort of as representative as we can be of how people dance. Getting people involved in this sort of thing allows them to see what you do when you do scientific research. And so it's a great outreach program on something which people are usually pretty keen on, dance, what could be better?